lot of pressure, man.
Yeah, it is. Evil,
Knievel.
not our real names.
Nailed it.
Oh, you want me to do my bit? Okay, here we go.
Who are those guys?
You're gonna love it. It's just a little independent.
That might have been too much, man.
Hey, everybody. Welcome
Shower curtain?
to A Little Independent, the movie podcast where two friends talk about independent, obscure, or just plain weird movies. My name's Ryan.
And I'm Todd.
Hi, Todd.
Hi, Ryan.
We just had an excellent conversation before we started rolling about a movie that we disagree on.
And didn't record a
Clearly
ounce
not
of it.
an independent movie, Terminator 2, which I think is absolute trash, but everybody likes. And conversely, you know this, I like a lot of movies that everybody hates. So maybe I'm just...
Yeah.
I like Wild Wild West and The Phantom and The Shadow and
Well, we agree
Cowboys
on
versus Aliens.
we agree on that one. We agree on Joe versus a volcano, which gets hated on a lot.
It does get hated on a lot, and I honestly think it's one of Tom Hanks's best roles, period.
I love that movie.
I didn't plan on going into this, but
Yeah.
it's so profound. And Ozzie Davis, I told you this, deserved an Oscar nomination for that role. It was so good. He is so good in that, and in the small time that he's in it. Oh,
I'm not arguing that with you.
Dan Hedaya?
Who's that? Which one's Ozzie Davis?
Ozzie Davis is the limo driver.
Oh, take
Legendary
my whole
actor.
life to figure out who I am. I ain't got time. I'm tired. You see, I'm
Can't be buying
tired.
no Armani Tux, man. I can't eat dinner with you. I got the family.
Oh, there's their tie-in, Ryan. This is fucking brilliant.
Ty-in Ryan. Yes.
Tie-in?
What tie-in?
No, Armani is how I remember how to pronounce our lead character for the current movie,
Really?
Sawyer.
Oh. Interesting.
Hermione is how I
Hermione.
heard it pronounced, because I'm like,
It's
how
not
the hell?
Hermione, like Hermione Granger
it
from...
looks that way, but 2 or 3 interviews that I heard, it sounded like they were saying Armani with her in front.
Oh,
So
Hermione,
that's
so they're not saying
Hermione.
the H. Sure, okay.
That's just how I did it
Well,
to remember.
this is a
you
discussion.
just
Email
did-
us on this actress and tell us who's right.
She's very British.
Yeah.
London.
So here we are
Yeah,
with
what
a
is
little
the movie?
independent. We hope we still have you listening.
What?
And we hope you like our little witty, not witty, but just banter at the top.
Oh, you always sell yourself short.
You know,
You just
well,
back off.
You never know.
Ryan is very witty.
I could talk about Joe versus Volcano for the next 17 hours,
I know.
conservatively.
I'm right there.
And, maybe we'll have to have another movie podcast dedicated solely to Joe versus the Volcano. And we watch it once a week and we talk about it.
Because if Hanks ever did an independent film, it would have been that one,
Yeah.
besides maybe Castaway.
I still think, and I'm not kidding, a sequel to Joe versus the Volcano should be done. I don't know what it is, because he had this run with Meg Ryan.
Yeah.
And it's all sappy bullshit. And it's trite to say, like, You Got Mail and Sleep. I don't like those movies. But them and Joe versus the Volcano, I think is so fun. And we maybe have talked about this on the podcast before, because Meg Ryan, again, so underrated as 3 different characters in
Right.
Joe versus the Volcano.
Yeah.
And knocks it out of the park with all 3 of them.
I know. I'm a flibbertigibbet.
I'm a flibberty, but they're good little monsters. All right, well, today is Todd's pick,
Yes.
and I'm going to say it for you. You said we're going back into the woods,
Yep, we are back into the woods because it's a good place to be.
and that's okay. We is this our 3rd movie set in Appalachia or around this
Well,
type of setting?
Creep was in like the West,
Uh,
right? Oregon,
yeah,
Washington,
California, yeah,
California.
yeah.
So that doesn't count, but it was up in the woods.
But our first one right out of the gate.
Still,
So we are doing 2018's Rust Creek,
yes.
available currently on Netflix.
Yeah, so I saw this movie over a year ago. Found it on I almost said Netflix, on Amazon.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't for...
No,
Interesting,
and
okay.
I remember texting you about it, just
Yeah.
saying, "Man, this is so not this girl just is so good." And I
Your
couldn't-
text to me about these movies, I love them because it's like Russ Creek in Appalachia, awesome lead actress. Like, it always hooks me in. Like, okay, I see what you're doing. You don't do a long
Oh,
type of thing. It's just like bullet points.
oh, is it?
And I'm like, I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah. So
And a lot of yours start with in Appalachia or in the forest, but there's something to this one that's totally different to me.
this might be the third because we had Skin of the Wolf.
Oh, Jesus.
I had you've had a couple out there too in the
Do I have one in the forest?
Creep.
Creep is
It's in the
foresty.
forest
Yeah,
quite a
they're
bit. That
taking
cabin,
hikes.
Cabin in the woods.
Happy hikes.
Peaches, peach fuzz.
Peach fuzz. Oh, God. I hope that can be one of our shirts. If we get merchandising, I want to do a peach fuzz t-shirt
Yeah.
so bad.
So Russ Creek has a merch page on their website,
Really?
and you can get a sheriff hat, the exact same one he wears in the movie, and you can get the sheriff coffee mug.
Why the sheriff? I mean, he's the
They got the badge on the thing.
he's
I think
the
it's because
shittiest
of stuff
of
in the movie.
douchebag characters, and he's great at it.
Oh, I know. And there's a whole thing on women's self-defense called Escape Russ Creek.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it like goes into detail about the techniques that she used when she got into
Tied
the
to
fight.
the movie.
Yeah, and then
Wow.
it has this whole conversation, and then they tell you, which martial artist trained her.
Oh, Jesus, that's amazing. I
Yeah.
did not see that.
Yeah, if you just go to the russcreek.com, it's pretty cool.
Well, I'm gonna do. There was a longer description on IMDb, and I'm gonna read that because the first bit of it, I think, sells it a little short. And if you look at the second bit, so here's the official description: an overachieving college student gets lost on her way to a job interview. A wrong turn leaves her stranded deep in the Kentucky forest. The woman must defend herself against the harsh elements and a band of ruthless outlaws. She's forced into an uneasy alliance with a strange loner who has unknown intentions.
Yep, everything but band. A band of outlaws doesn't really fit for me, but
Yeah.
everything else I think is
And
spot on.
overachieving? I think probably she is an
Yeah,
overachiever.
she's a go-getter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's billed as a crime drama thriller.
Crime drama
Thriller.
I go with that.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. And it stars. All right, go ahead with your appropriate pronunciation of her name because she's very special. This actress to me.
And I know why, and
I know you
and
know
we're
why.
we're gonna go into detail about the movies that we disagree on. So one's coming, folks.
I
Get
think
ready.
we probably discussed this before
Yeah,
when we talked
actually,
about this movie.
I've never seen it, so we can't disagree on it.
Oh, okay.
All right. So what was the question?
The lead actress.
Sawyer.
Her
name is Hermione
Corfield.
Corfield. I keep wanting to say Cornfield.
So it could be Hermione or it could be Hermione if you're not saying the H.
yeah, she's definitely British. She's born in London. So and
Born
she's
in
got
London,
the-
1993. And we talked about her because she's the record shop girl in Mission Impossible Rogue Nation.
Yeah, that's where when I saw her, I looked her up. Because again, I saw this. I think it was over a year ago. I found it on Amazon, just doing my hunting thing.
Yeah.
And I read it. And I'm like, all right, I'm in. And then
Oh,
it just
so you
turned
found
out to
this
be
after you saw
I
her?
was
She was great in that scene.
metal detecting. And then I'm like, who is this girl? And then when I looked it up, because I remember that record store scene was very powerful.
Yeah, it's intense.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, that's her. She got her own movie
Yeah.
from that. And then little did I know she's now like Star Wars. And,
Yeah,
and,
A-Wing pilot Tally in Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. And I
Yeah.
remember her. She had a couple of, scenes and lines in that,
Yeah.
which is cool.
and I keep wanting to say Triple X, but I don't think I think that's misleading. So how do
all right.
you say it?
I do
Triple
wanna
X
say-
Return of Xander?
Yes, she plays Ainsley in one of the greatest movies ever, Triple X Return of Xander Cage. She plays kind of like a London hacker who helps Xander Cage find some shadowy people and where they're hanging out. And her intro in that movie is pretty stunning, I guess, in contrast to this, because she's in a rooftop swimming pool and it's a slow motion, thing.
Every time I would Google her to find stuff on her, I get
that
I would
picture?
get her doing her version of Halle Berry coming out of the water,
Oh, that's a bummer.
and
actually.
it's like, well, that apparently is her, the most Googleable. That's what Google
Well,
keeps
okay,
throwing at
yeah.
me.
A pretty girl in a bikini, obviously. That's the sad life we're in. But she's in a movie that just came out now. Did you see this called The Misfits with Pierce Brosnan?
I
looks
saw it on her.
Awesome.
Yeah, I didn't see the movie, but I saw it on her bio.
And it seems like Pierce Brosnan plays this like old school thief who's brought into like a young thieves thing to help them out. And in my head, I'm like, maybe he's Thomas Crown from the Thomas Crown Affair, like retired.
Yeah.
And it looks just fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
no.
seeing Pierce Brosnan with this young cast, like Nick Cannon's in it, and it looks super cool. And I think it just came out. I don't know how you can see it now, but it's called The Misfits, not to be confused with the Marilyn Monroe Clark Gable, The Misfits. So that looks really cool. Second build is Jay Paulson as Lowell. This guy
he is fucking great.
stole the goddamn show.
The acting is so powerful in this movie.
This is
you
what
just have to
shocked
take
me
your
about
hat
this
off.
movie is I felt like, and I knew from you saying that this was different, but I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And this part of it, this kid, so he's in lots of TV. He's been in Mad Men, Bones, Catch 22, that new show that I think Clooney's in or produced. He was in a 90s staple movie called Can't Hardly Wait. Do you remember that?
No.
That probably was. We're in this weird thing where 90s movies, because our ages are a little bit different, were different for me slightly. So he plays, he's in Can't Hardly Wait as X-File number 2. I don't know what that is. And I remember him from that Netflix movie that came out, The Laundromat. Do you remember seeing that with Gary Oldman and Antonio Banderas? About these two financial scammers.
Yes.
Meryl
yeah,
Streep's
they
in
were
it.
like they're like doing this weird talk.
He plays Pastor Connors in that.
No way.
Yeah.
I did see The Laundromat. That was unique.
Pretty crazy,
Yeah,
right?
it was a kooky movie.
Third build is Sean O'Brien as Sheriff O'Doyle. So 2 hyphens. Hyphen
Quick
in his
draw,
middle.
baby. That's I can put 2 in you before you can even raise that gun.
This guy, there's been so many of this kind of sheriff character in movies
Yeah.
where it starts like they're just the laziest. It's a small town sheriff and they don't want to investigate shit. But there's a reason for his motivation.
Oh yeah.
Had you seen him in anything before?
No, I did look him up and seen some interviews with him, but I didn't recognize him.
He ties into another cherished actor in movie series that I love. He's been in over 150 things, so character actor extraordinaire. He ironically was in Mission Impossible 3, billed as party goer. So Hermione and he are both in Mission Impossible movies. He's in the holiday classic Deck the Halls with Matthew Broderick and Danny DeVito, where famously Matthew Broderick was overheard on set saying, "I've hit rock bottom." He was
Really?
so depressed. Yeah. Yeah.
Deck the Halls. I
Yeah.
thought that was an Arnold movie.
No, that's Jingle All the Way.
okay.
What is wrong with me?
This is what you do.
Yeah, I guess it is.
It-
But Sean O'Brien plays the NSA director in Olympus and London Has Fallen, starring Jerry Butler.
your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So
So this is touching Triple X and Gerard Butler movies, which makes me happy.
right, and the Fallen series especially.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fourth build is Micah Hauptman as Hollister,
Oh,
which again,
this guy.
great fucking performance.
Fucking A. He's from, and he's like, is he the one? I think he's from L.A. and stuff too. He has no, how did he play that Kentucky hillbilly so well? It just kills me.
This
because,
guy is just like a fiend from the beginning.
Yeah, the scene, and we're gonna get to it, but the scene where he shuts the door with his hip and blocks her from the car. If that doesn't just send a chill up your spine,
Yeah, it
and
starts
just,
right
like-
off the bat. He's best known. He was in that movie Everest.
Yeah,
With Jake Gyllenhaal. He was in the TV show Homeland. These are his top 4 credits on IMDb. Everest, Homeland, a movie that he stars in called In Stereo, and one of the only Jason Statham movies I think I've not seen, Parker.
Oh, I saw that one.
Yeah, he's in that.
It was on Netflix. It's a recent one.
Yeah.
Is that the one where he's with J-Lo?
I don't know. He's in a suit on the cover.
Yeah,
so
I
shame
think
on
it
me,
is. I
because
think it
again,
is.
I love Statham. And last build, Daniel R. Hill is Buck. But this guy's name should be like his nickname should be Typecast.
Yeah.
This poor guy,
Yeah.
huge beard.
Yep.
They're
The
just
only-
putting him in Hill People movies.
Yeah. The only thing he did add the compassionate factor to it.
He was no,
Because he was
let me say,
trying.
he was great.
He was trying to help her, and he's from Kentucky. He moved to L.A. and then he gets cast in a
did he?
movie that's filmed in Kentucky, and
This
he had to
poor
go
guy.
and he had to fly back to
Yeah.
Kentucky.
There you go. Like I'm gonna make a go of it. No, I'm on location
Yeah,
in
I
fucking
think he's the
Kentucky.
neighbor or something of the director. There was something like that.
So he's in a movie called JL Ranch. He plays Cheetah in Point Blank. He plays racist spectator in a movie called Tiger. He's in the recent movie Hillbilly Elegy. And
oh yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet, but that's got Amy
And-
Adams.
yes, and good for him. He's in that new movie Cherry with Tom Holland, aka Spider-Man, directed by the Russo brothers of Marvel.
Cherry.
Cherry, yeah. Tom Holland plays I believe, forgive me, a veteran coming back with PTSD, and I think he gets into drugs, and so it's kind of dramatic for Tom Holland. Apparently, he's great in it, but this guy's in that, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Getting in the sphere of the Russo brothers. Written by Julie Lipson. First and only feature thus far. She's directed 2 short films, one called The River and one called Bear, and a story by credit by Stu Pollard, who's written a few things, but mostly producer. And the production company is called Lunacy Productions, and it looks like Stu Pollard has written on a few other Lunacy Productions movies.
Yeah, he so the script it was written or somewhere around 2003 from a short story / film that the producer did about being lost in the woods from a true experience he had.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, but not quite, nothing like this, but that's what set, the seed. And she actually went into the woods and, I started writing this or outlined it. She spent some time alone out in the woods
Oh,
or
that's
something
awesome.
to write it. Yeah.
So do you know
it was
what a
written-
story by credit means?
Story by credit. Well,
because you
he
get
came
like
up with the storyline,
screenplay credit by. There's all these. I'm fascinated with credits, and it's like when it says 2 writers and there's an and as an ampersand.
yeah.
I believe that means they wrote it separately. If it's and written out, it meant they wrote it together.
Yeah.
But a story by credit is used when the writer was hired to write for story, when the story idea was purchased from the writer by a WGA signatory company, or when the resultant script is based on a sequel story devised by the writer under the WGA's jurisdiction. Or it means that they wrote the treatment or the outline. So you can get story credit just for writing a treatment.
Wow. Look how smart people are gonna look now when
Well,
they talk
no,
about
I-
this movie and they go, there
Well,
is
and-
a writer.
And the WGA is the Writers Guild of America. Directed by Jen McGowan. Her first feature was Kelly and Cal. Have you seen this? Starring Juliette Lewis. I saw a bit of it.
No, the director.
Yeah, Jen McGowan. Her first feature film was Kelly and Cal. And I saw a little bit of this movie, and it's dramatic. And I remember Juliette Lewis just being amazing in it. And it has something to do with her bringing somebody with special needs into her life or something like that.
Oh, okay.
She's directed a few episodes of the Purge TV show, the recent Twilight Zone TV show. So I don't see anything in development for her, but that's a shame because I think she did a great job. Tagline.
I was like closing my eyes like twice when I was doing my stuff, and I kept seeing tag like, nope,
I
don't
know
read
you
it.
like
Nope,
the
nope,
tagline,
no.
but this one's not bad. The tagline is "Choose your prey carefully."
Ooh,
I kind of like that
ooh.
because it maybe confuses a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but also kind of foreshadows. Because you're looking at the cover and it's clearly a girl lost in the woods, and then
Yeah.
you're like, choose your prey carefully. Uh-oh. These hillbillies are going to get their asses kicked.
Yeah, that's good. Except she is, it's like just a situation of opportunity,
Yeah.
on this one.
1 hour and 48 minutes. I didn't find any budget or box office. Did you find anything?
No.
Okay. So a couple of notes. Lunacy Productions. What's cool about doing these things is sometimes when you find this production company and it shows you a whole bunch of new movies.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to do this forever because I just looked at what Lunacy has done. Excuse me. and it looks like some really awesome movies. So I'm psyched to check
And
out some of the things that
that's
they've done.
Stu's company, right?
He's worked with them. I don't know if it's his company. It did win a couple of awards. It won Best Drama and Best Actress at the Breckenridge Film Festival. It won. I thought this was cool at the Film Thread Awards. This winner for Best Directress. It kind of seems like you don't have to do. It's like actor. Actor
Yeah.
means actor. It's both sexes. But,
yeah.
and then at the San Diego International Film Fest, it won Best Thriller,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's get into this. I like when you first saw this movie, you like these. What was the opening for you? Was it
Yeah,
like, oh, it's going to be another thing, or were you excited?
No, the realism of it, and then watching interviews after, and that's exactly what they're going. But when you don't get this in, lots of special effects, lots of foo-foo, but the realism and the real life. I mean, you feel like you're there, like this is really happening, and it's totally believable. The setup,
Yeah.
I mean, I watch. So being with my job, I watch people use their GPS to go, 8 miles on one road. And, if they don't have that, they get this scared look in their eyes when I pull out an actual map, to show them how to make one left.
Oh, an actual map.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that comes into play in this.
And
it's
I have a line where I'm like, and this won't run out of batteries. Watch Rust Creek.
Yeah.
Now I can put that in there.
Well, in the opening scene, again, it's foreshadowing because we see what we know from the intro or the description is a college girl and she's running track.
Yeah.
So like, okay, if she gets
Yes.
trapped in the woods, at least she has some stamina to run around. That was my first takeaway. I'm like, oh, she's a runner.
Oh,
okay.
Because you were going by the description.
Well, no, I wasn't really. I knew the basic idea. A girl lost in the woods. That's it. That's all I really went into.
Because Todd picked the movie.
Yes, I know. But you're always on point with these.
No,
because they're not always
I'm
the same.
trying to live down this fallacy, but you won't let me.
No, that's okay. That's okay. So she gets a call and she gets an opportunity for a job interview in Washington, D.C. And what I think is an interesting bit of foreshadowing is she gets into her Jeep Grand Cherokee. It struggles starting. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, shit, here we go.
But they never use that,
They don't.
and I would have bet my
That's-
whole
me
bank
too.
account.
Me
I'm like,
too.
of course that's the starter's going bad on this because she's
Car
gonna
breaks down, yeah.
car's gonna break down, but it never does.
And so why do you think, is this just a college kid who can't afford to fly? So why wouldn't you fly? Because it's clear it's over the Thanksgiving holiday. She's not going to see her family. She's not telling her family
Well,
about this.
it's not that far, and it's probably expensive to fly. They're in Kentucky, outside of Louisville is where it was filmed.
Well, where is she
And
at,
she's going to
at school?
Center College. It said I didn't look up, but I'm assuming that's in Louisville. I guess I should actually look that up. But
I mean,
it's
it
Center
looks
College.
like it's a bit of a trip.
And
but-
then she's just taking a straight shot to DC
yeah.
until she hears on the radio that get off the highway because there's a big accident.
Yeah.
So she pulls out the GPS and the phone.
So in a
He
modern
gets off the
movie,
highway.
she's listening to the radio. She's
Not
relying on her
our
phone,
podcast.
relying on her, but hopefully she would if she had
Come
the
on,
choice.
Sawyer.
So this is where you have an intro. It's kind of setting things up, and the credits are still going. Now, did you notice the name of the visual effects supervisor?
No.
Is that the oddest question you've ever been asked?
Yeah, I wanted to put a crazy name in there, and then I decided to not do it.
Okay, the visual effects supervisor is Chateaubriand Becerra. Now, I saw that, and I'm like, holy shit. So I had to look this person up. Their actual name is Chateau Becerra, but they
Which
decided
means castle.
but Chateaubriand is a steak dish in a restaurant.
And every winery ever, right? Chateau this, chateau that.
Yeah, but Chateaubriand is food.
Yeah.
Why did they choose to credit themselves?
Is
as
it a guy
food
or a
dish?
girl?
I had no idea. I didn't get that
Well,
far.
most of the
Yeah, most of the
crew
major
is
crew.
is women.
Yeah. And the production company made a point for that. And I saw Chateaubriand spelled like the dish you order in a restaurant, and I'm like, that's a fucking Hollywood weirdo right there.
Yeah, she's probably hating her parents or him.
No, that can't be a real name. unless they came up with it while they were eating dinner, I guess. But so she, it starts kind of quickly. She's on the road, and
Yeah.
she's got her GPS, and this is one of those things that I think stresses people out because we're so dependent. And early on, years ago when I was traveling for work and I drive, I would print out MapQuest directions as a backup. And my younger team would be like, "Whoa, what are you doing? You're dumb."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What if your
That's
phone
what your
craps
phone's
out?"
for. Yeah.
And this is kind of fulfilling that fear
Yeah.
of, holy shit, young people can't read a map. Specifically, if the map's not updated, roads have changed, and, Appalachia. That's just the soundtrack to that area.
Yeah. And it just was, it's just so true. I mean, it rings so
Yeah.
true with how it is. A college kid, going with her phone. And,
And she finds herself,
well, the other true thing, is that, again, with work, I get calls and people are like, yeah, they're following their GPS and the GPS takes the shortest route and it takes them through the triangle there in the backwoods up here to get to the resort instead of just staying on the highway because it thinks it's a quicker route.
well, I think GPS is good because it can recognize construction and traffic
Yeah.
because it's tied to a satellite.
But I get calls all the time because they're way and they think they're
Yeah.
lost. And the GPS always takes them through what's it called? Not the Bermuda, the Arbutus Triangle up here. Yeah.
Nice. I didn't know about that. So she gets herself kind of off the beaten path, and it
Because there was a crash, and the radio said to get off the highway.
yeah.
So she gets off at the exit and then turns the GPS on, and it doesn't know that that's not a real road.
These aren't roads.
It doesn't know that.
Things are closed, and she gets out of the car on a closed road, and you see two guys in the foreground digging, and you hear somebody say, "Think they see us?"
Yeah.
So what was your thought right away there? Did you think digging for a grave?
And we never find out.
No,
But
you don't.
we know they're burying something, but we never find out.
I think it's got to be a body because it's fucking weirdos in the Appalachian woods, and it's probably a body or a dog that they killed because they were bored.
The last college girl that
Yeah,
came down their road.
Yeah. And at this point, I noticed this is something interesting about this movie. I don't know if I hated it or liked it. I would call the look of this movie dull. It's very brown,
It's filmed.
tan.
Yeah.
It's not super vibrant.
It's filmed in the winter. So the cool thing is, it's Thanksgiving break when she's leaving to do this interview, and they filmed it from Thanksgiving to Christmas in Kentucky.
Yeah.
So it's literally time and place as per the script.
It looks
And it's really cool, and it's cold as fuck. It gets down to like 5 degrees on some of the days they're in that water.
That's horrible for an
Yeah,
actor.
and she's like, they gave the Revenant like all these great accolades. Wait to see what she does right in those final scenes when when the fight in the creek. And it's 5 degrees.
But it notably, a lot of these movies are color corrected and they pop.
Yeah, not
This movie looks, I don't want to say bleak.
It's real.
Yeah.
The realism. That's what I love about it.
Yeah. And so she finds herself on the side of a road, not broken down,
No, she just pulled over
just pulls over.
because that road that she went to turn down, there was no road there.
Yeah. So
And
two
she's like-
guys show up in a truck did you put them together as the people in the beginning?
Yeah,
Obviously.
yeah.
So you think they maybe thought they saw us doing something bad and we need to check this out.
Yeah. They're finding out what kind of trouble, they're in. They're
Yeah.
pursuing that whatever back there, and then
Yeah.
oh, look at what we found.
Yeah. And we're introduced to two characters who are, do you know they're brothers right away?
He says they're brothers to her.
So they don't look very much
Hollister
alike,
does.
but you assume that there's inbreeding and whatever going on.
Cousins
So
and
there's-
brothers is kind of
yeah.
one and the same.
That's true. And you meet Buck, who's the big bearded guy,
Yeah, no last name, just Buck.
and Holly, and that's how he's introduced as Holly.
Yeah.
And again, you're teed up because if you've seen enough of these movies,
Uh-huh.
you're like, all right, creepy rednecks, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But there's something specifically about Holly and his manic. He's manic, because I think, like you said, he's worried that they're busted for something. But he sees it's only one single girl,
Yeah.
and his energy is just off right off the bat.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, yeah, it gets cold out here. To your point, you should come back to our shack or whatever the fuck it is for dinner.
Because it's getting dark, and you got lost in broad daylight.
Yeah.
That was terrible. It's not talking like that, but yeah. Well, no, the creep factor is on 12. I mean, immediately, and then it's going to go to 25 in just a second.
Yeah. And so she doesn't want to do it. And I think her saying no she's like, I don't want to offend you, but I need to go get somewhere.
Yeah, she's an educated college girl. She says the appropriate thing, Look, no offense, but you're really making me feel uncomfortable right now. Okay, she's in the backwoods of Kentucky with two guys that,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
They don't, they don't give a fuck.
That didn't compute.
They don't give a fuck. Yeah.
So I think he realizes she's not on board, and he decides to abduct her at that point. So he grabs at her, and this is the first thing. She fights back immediately, and you're like, "Damn!"
Yeah, and this was brilliant. I mean, we don't know her background, but clearly, what you see is all you need.
Yeah,
because obviously she's
a knife comes out. Now both she and Buck are both stabbed, and she's stabbed pretty badly.
Yeah, she when she took out, so she knees Holly in the groin, and then Buck grabs her.
Doesn't she hit him with the back of her head?
Yeah,
too?
she headbutts him, and then he has a knife on him. She pulls the knife out.
Yeah,
stabs him in the leg, and then I forget, somehow the knife drops. Anyway, then they stab her in the leg like really bad, right in the center of the thigh, front of the thigh.
And she gets herself away. She runs away because we know she runs.
Yeah.
Under those circumstances, just adrenaline.
She's not feeling the pain because of the adrenaline, exactly.
But what's cool about this, and again, I don't know if it doesn't really bug me, but she goes to water immediately.
Okay. But the realism of the fight for me was, I mean, she is, I know I'm backtracking,
You're like, we're not moving on, asshole.
Freeze, gopher.
Okay.
All right. She didn't win the fight like a superhero would, doing a roundhouse kick to the head and all this stuff that is just not going to happen or work in that environment.
Yeah.
So she injures them, and they injure her back, and then she makes a run for it as soon as she can to try and get away, because there's no option. I mean, she is way outgunned. The size of these guys compared to her, and there's two of them, the likelihood of her successfully taking them both out is
comes up in the reviews a lot.
Right. So this is pretty darn real in that sense.
Well, if you're trained and two people are not ready for you to be trained, or if you know what you're doing,
right,
that can be shocking.
But she doesn't just clean their clocks and then try to get away.
And she runs off not into the woods. It's kind of open at this point in time.
It's a field heading for the woods. Yeah.
So there's that track and field. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, have your kids do track and field, because if they get lost in the Appalachian woods and a bunch of rednecks try to abduct them, you can get away. And so she goes and finds water. And I thought that was a clever thing. Like, she goes to water, and, if you're lost somewhere, you can always follow a river out. And she ends up sleeping in a ravine. And what you told me about the shooting conditions, even that scene must have been terrible.
It was. And if you notice that her leg, the blood stains on the pants get bigger and bigger as the scenes go on.
Yeah.
And
they show the
realism.
wound. It is,
by the end,
the real deal.
The whole leg of those jeans are completely soaked by the time, after. So they don't overlook that. They went, it's realism all the way through, which I absolutely love. And it was on.
And now they go, this is what we talked about with the sheriff. I can't believe there's merchandise for this. This is so great.
Oh yeah, we got to get those hats. Fordham County.
They go, to the local sheriff. This is a scene you've seen all the time. And immediately I'm like, the lazy local sheriff archetype. This is, you see this guy, abandoned vehicle report. God damn it.
And
God.
And the young go-getter
Deputy,
deputy.
you go check it out. Shit. I'm here drinking coffee and getting fatter on my fat ass. And it works. And I'm fine with it. And I recognized him from the Olympus movies or the
Yeah.
Fallen movies.
But
So I
it
was
doesn't,
like, oh, that's
it
awesome,
doesn't
that
stay
guy.
that way at all.
No. And what I thought was kind of neat is you go back to her and she's awakened from, I think, being passed out from just horribleness and adrenaline. And she pulls off her fake nails and she takes her socks off. Which again,
But
knowing the
she's
temperature,
using that for the wound.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
she's,
like
she's got to address her
you
wound.
know, like wet socks can be horrible for you. I think, right?
Well,
You can
they
get jungle rot and all that kind of stuff.
And any wet clothing on you is going to make you hypothermic in those temperatures. But the other real thing that really got me on this part is how she starts talking to herself, because this is exactly what I think
yeah,
a young go-getter like herself, positive and energy, and
Yeah.
she's like, okay, you can do this. All right, we're going to be okay. I can get out of this. And then it starts fading, and then you can. And then
do you think she's been in this situation before?
no, I think that's just her.
You don't
and then,
think so?
But then it goes
She's-
away.
What if she was like, God damn it, not again. This fucking sucks. In the woods, two assholes.
Oh, Ryan. He does
mean,
this to me, folks, doesn't he?
That would be kind of funny. If she's like, again with this?
I'm on a roll.
Get the goddamn nails off.
wet socks in the wound.
But could you do that? Could you, like, knowing, because I would be, like, the thing that freaks me out the most
You just lay down and die.
is thinking about, no,
You'd say that's it.
maybe, depending on the week. I don't know. But, like, Die Hard. That's the brilliance of Die Hard, is him having no shoes. And
Oh.
obviously the scene going through glass. That
Is this
would
a
be-
foot thing for you again?
No, I think
Okay,
that
did she show her feet
that feels like so vulnerable to me to
Well,
not have shoes on.
and then put broken glass on the floor?
yeah,
right?
but
yeah.
walking through the woods.
Yeah, well, she put her shoes back on. You just didn't
Yeah.
have the socks on.
Oh, she did. Okay.
But
So-
I love her talking herself through it, and then it ends up just turning to tears because it doesn't work.
Yeah.
She's in
Yeah.
a harsh environment. I mean, and being hunted.
So the sheriff visits Buck and Holly to ask about the car, and I like that he notices that they're all beat up. I mean, they look bad. And he's like, "What the hell happened to you?" Now, the little twist, I didn't see coming for a little bit, I'll be honest.
Well, they didn't let on that they're a team. They made it look like the sheriff is investigating the missing vehicle, and then he's going out to see these guys because he sees them up in the woods all the time
And he
in that
probably
area.
was investigating it because he doesn't
Yeah,
want...
but we find out later on that they're all in the same camp, but they don't let that on. They use this technique a couple times throughout the movie.
Yeah, and that plays.
Yeah.
There's one particular
You know,
time
surprises are always one of your best movie triggers. All right,
Yeah.
So I'm probably wrong, but before we forget, I want to do that quick guess, and I'm going to go with
okay, what my...
with Peaches or what was the other dish? What did he feed her? Peaches or shit.
He feeds her a bologna sandwich.
Peaches or bologna, your choice. Oh, and there's a T-shirt for by the way. It says peaches or bologna, your
Holy
choice.
shit,
Yeah, they got a
no.
whole bunch of T-shirts with the
Wow.
quotes.
I don't know why more movies don't do that.
I know. It's Stu. It's that Stu guy. He's like
Yeah.
getting as much money
Make
out
that
of it as
Russ
he
Creek
can.
money, motherfucker.
Yeah. Escape Russ Creek.
And what I think is interesting, she is in the woods. She's patching herself up, and they realize, the brothers, that they have to cover up her car, so they throw it off an embankment
Yeah.
that almost hits her.
Which happens to be exactly where she is.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was the only little cliche part that kind of I was
didn't
kind of
like
like, as far as it being so real in the realism of the movie. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
guess
what are the
so.
odds that they drive that thing right off that embankment, that cliff, right where she's at?
Well, that enables her to grab her phone, which
Right,
doesn't
I know
work.
it propels the movie forward, but
A little
I
bit.
felt that was just a little.
Yeah.
But other than that, I just love the realism.
And this is where you see Buck kind of not on board. he doesn't want to go after her.
Yeah.
He assumes that she'll bleed to death, and let's just leave her out there.
Yeah.
Which, so you have this little empathy and humanity. Holly is clearly the psychopath, but you don't know what is up with these guys. Are they just motivated by being fucking weirdos, or is there something else?
I got from Holly right away. He's gonna rape her and kill her. I mean, that's him.
See, yeah,
You know.
he puts off that
And that's why he wants to hunt her down.
crazy energy, and this is when Sawyer passes out for the last time near like a kind of a dumping ground, I guess. Maybe it looks like a stuff is being dumped
I mean, after
there.
she gets her phone, the battery's
Yeah,
out.
it doesn't work.
And the scene, and when she sees that her mom called, she had a missed call.
Yeah.
And she just loses it.
Yeah.
I mean, just so good. I mean, this girl's brilliant. She's
really good in this.
Yeah.
Really good. I mean, throughout. And she passes out near a dumping ground, and this is, again, what's great about this movie. She's found by somebody. She's brought into something, and they've patched her. It's one of those things, like, what if you were in the situation, you woke up patched up? What would your first thought be?
well, and the way they use the camera when she's passing out in both times by the car and and the spot you're talking about.
Yeah.
The camera's blurry because they start using some POV,
Yeah.
and
that's a
it's
good
going
point.
in and out of
Yeah.
focus, which is exactly what she's going through, and then she's out. I mean, it's really well done.
That's effective, especially after, like you said, the realism of what you've seen already.
Yeah,
You're kind of in her headspace,
right.
and you're like, I'm cold,
Yep.
I'm wet, this is awful, I
And
don't
this
know
is-
where I'm going, and I don't have my goddamn phone. That's the big linchpin, and I
Yeah.
think that's the terror. You want to show somebody, like, get a younger person scared? Show them this movie. This is what happens without your phone in the woods. So we have a guy who comes in, and this is where, watching it with my wife, again, she illustrates her brilliance, because this guy comes in, you don't know who they are, and he's dumping milk on himself.
Well, that was a little bit ahead there. You see this blurry figure saying, "How did you get here?" And then she wakes up in the trashiest fucking trailer you've ever seen,
Yeah.
with the wound dressed, which is where you went to.
Which you'd assume that's what the trailers are
But
like out
she
there.
grabs that because she thinks she's got to defend herself. She grabs this pot off the stove.
Oh,
It's
the
got
lie.
this, and
it's
throws
lie.
it in his face. And then she's passing out again, the blurry vision.
Oh,
and
that's
she
it.
watches him, and
Yeah.
then she sees him pouring milk on himself
So
because he's burnt.
He's neutralizing
Yes.
so
The
my wife
lie
was
or
like,
whatever the hell it
that's
was.
a base neutralizing an acid, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. She's
I don't
smart.
remember that shit from
Chemistry.
chemistry.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this guy,
She's a teacher.
yeah, I know.
She
but
knows
I
that
was
stuff.
particularly impressed by that. I was
I'm
like,
not.
damn.
No, I am. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not
said-
saying
I
that. I'm
said,
just
like,
saying, like,
take your top off now, and no, it didn't work out.
we,
But it's talked about later, which is kind of interesting. But she wakes up tied up. And
The second time.
again, you're like, uh-oh.
yeah.
She's run afoul of some other crazy person.
And she doesn't realize it at first because she's covered up with a blanket, I think.
yeah, she is.
And then she's moving around. All of a sudden, the hands come out, and there's this big ass, thick fucking rope with a knot from hell.
yeah,
Got her hands tied together, and then she's like, "Oh fuck."
yeah.
Yeah.
So bad to worse, because at first you see, oh, I've been bandaged. Maybe this is a benevolent
And
person.
we don't know anything about this guy other than that he brought her to the worst fucking trailer ever, and
Well,
tied her up.
He
And she
makes meth
threw
in
shit in
there.
his face.
Of
We're
course.
gonna find that out.
of course, it looks like crap. Well, I was kind of wondering what was going on there. And is this when you find out who Lowell is? Because you find out their last name is Pritchard. And Buck and Hollister are brothers, and this character's name is Lowell,
Yeah,
and he's their cousin.
he's their cousin.
Because they visit him about their upcoming batch of meth.
Yeah.
And he denies that he's seen this girl.
Yeah, so they start bonding from what if I remember correctly, Sawyer and
Lowell.
Lowell, and then the cousins pull up outside, and then he goes out in front and meets them, which he apparently
doesn't let 'em
never
in.
does,
Yeah.
and then they're questioning about the girl. So they've talked a little bit. That's the scene where he covers her mouth because she's going to start screaming.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and he gives this intense moment. You know, if they hear you, if they find you, they will kill you. And he just delivers it so intense. That scene is incredible.
So, what were your first thoughts about him? Not just like the tie up and the milk.
Waiting to find out. I'm like, good guy,
I was
bad
curious,
guy.
too.
You know, why the fuck is she tied up?
My
you know?
initial thought was good, and I think maybe they chose this actor because of his look.
Yeah.
He
But-
didn't look insane. He looked pretty friendly, I thought.
But the part that he dressed the wounds, you know, he obviously had to undress her
Yeah.
to get the wound. You know, what took me to night
He
and day,
feeds
the
her.
night and day scene. You know, with
Yeah.
where she's like, "How did my pants get off?" You know, and then starts attacking Tom Cruise because he undressed her. So that was a little bit creepy. It's like, you know, okay, what happened with all that?
Yeah.
You know, you're just waiting to see.
But there was something just about the way he performed this role that was right for me. Like I felt danger for her, but it didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. You know, there was something
Oh,
just
yeah.
about him that I liked. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
He was likable.
Yeah.
Just a likable meth maker.
He didn't have the.
Just a swell fella.
Yeah, he didn't have-
making meth. He didn't have a crazy accent.
Just earning a living.
Just doing what he does.
Doing what he does.
Out
Lowell,
in
Lowell is,
Appalachia.
Lowell's the crazy cousin, the crazy rapist murderer cousin.
So yeah, Lowell well, Hollister is the one that of this brood
Oh, I mixed them up. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I meant to say
stands
Hollister.
out as
Yeah.
the psychopath. And you have
Immediately.
Buck, who's just a big dumb, like she's just gonna
Yeah.
die out here. I don't want to
I'm just following
spend
along.
the energy trying to
Yeah.
murder a girl.
Yeah, doing what my smart brother tells me.
Well, and this is what's ironic because the sheriff again starts to maybe target Buck and Hollister for this abduction, and it's the chief of police guy who comes in, and he's in on this case, and the deputy is like, "What about these guys?" And the sheriff says, "I've been arresting the Pritchards since high school. They don't have enough brains to be dangerous."
Yeah. Oh, and we didn't finish up. So at the I want to say cabin, at the trailer, they eventually do come in, but she had burned the rope and went out the back door unbeknownst. So that was a very tense moment because when they come in,
Oh, Buck goes in.
Buck and she's not
Yeah,
in
she's
here.
not in here.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
we're
burns
like,
the ropes
you're
with
holding your
lye.
breath. You're like, oh fuck, they got her.
And she's very clever and very resourceful.
Yeah.
She sees that lye is a corrosive element and she puts it on the ropes and it burns through the ropes and out she goes. But why doesn't she just run away?
Well, she's in the. All right, it's 5 degrees out. She's in the middle of nowhere. She has a wound.
Lowell is that charming of a meth maker, you guys. I'm telling you. Why in these movies is it always
And he's
baloney?
in heaven.
Why is it always baloney? The sandwich is always baloney. I can't prove that, but it's always baloney.
Cost.
It's white bread and
Yeah,
baloney.
down at the Walmart, you can get bologna.
What's the
For 89
what's the
cents a-
sandwich in Hard Ticket to Hawaii? Because it's a sushi restaurant that delivers a sandwich, but maybe is it bologna? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
Oh, we failed.
And so Deputy Katz is the person we haven't talked about. This is
Yeah.
O'Doyle's second in command, and this guy like really gives a shit. He's trying
Yeah.
hard,
He's new. He's young.
and
He's energetic. He's got the wife at home for Thanksgiving,
That's right.
calling him up. I
Yeah.
need you to pick up whipped cream.
again, this is a holiday happening, and
Yeah.
and O'Doyle asks him to. He's trying to shut this case, but he asks Katz to contact the registered owners of the car, of Sawyer's car.
Yeah. He asks if he can do it. He
And-
doesn't. He's trying to sidestep the whole thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, just one more thing. Can I just call? He's like, knock yourself out or whatever.
And they find that it's not Sawyer, it's her parents.
Yeah.
Which doesn't really lead him to
and
any.
the parents haven't heard from her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the brothers, I think, are getting curious about Lowell and what he's doing. Because anytime they go back, he doesn't let them in. And they're curious about it. But I think they're respectful enough, I guess, of his meth making skills that they're like,
Yeah.
let's leave him alone.
And he uses like the fumes, You know.
Oh, he says, yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
How many times?
There's some
Buck
bad
can even
feelings.
tell you how many times you've. What's the first thing we do?
Yeah.
We go inside and we have a beer, and
Yeah.
and you come out in the rain and meet us, and he's like,
So do you think you get addicted to meth by making meth because of the fumes? Because of Breaking Bad, again, we're talking about meth. Anybody listening is going to go to Breaking Bad.
yeah, and
they're
I've
all
only
in
seen like
masks
part
and-
of the first season.
Okay.
Up until where the guy walks away across the desert.
I think there's a concern that you can get addicted to meth by making it.
So the inhaling of the secondary.
Yeah. I'm guessing. Or it's bad for your lungs. It could burn you.
Everything about meth is
Everything,
about
you guys,
is bad for
like
you.
officially, a little independent
In
is
case
going
you
to
didn't
say
know it,
everything about meth is bad.
Beth,
Meth.
meth.
I don't know anybody named particularly Beth, or maybe a few, but it's bad. Now, I have a note, and hopefully you can help me, because like I said,
Oh,
I started to. It's been a week, and I have a note that says "dead Mexican person."
what?
The sheriff says that, and my note is sheriff doesn't want to solve anything dirty.
The only reference is to the Mexican cartel making meth in the area.
Which is like later they kind of start to tee up that there is this happening. Okay, so I guess there's no reference for dead Mexican person, but that's when I wrote down I think the sheriff is dirty. Now I don't know if that's smart or not.
How long had you dozed off? Was Jess still awake?
No,
'Cause
I
you
was
each-
awake.
You
Still
taking
at this
turns
point. At
dozing
this
off?
point, no, no, she made it all the way through and really enjoyed it and really liked it.
Oh, that makes me happy.
But this is when we go back to a kind of lovely relationship between Lowell and Sawyer.
It gets better and better. Yeah,
and he
they-
reveals he
you
has a
know-
plan to get her to safety, but it's going to take time.
You know what this movie lacked? You know what it really needed? As I look at your T-shirt, it needed a poodle.
A dog?
It needed a Precious.
Just a dog? Any
Lowell,
kind of dog?
Lowell should have had a Precious.
No, it'd be a meth-addicted dog. 'cause
It
it'd
would be.
like sucking up fumes.
And she would get the hose again. She would get tied up again.
It would get the hose again. Now, this is the part where we find out that the sheriff is dirty. So I wasn't that close on the whole thing. But he goes up to the brothers and he does like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Right. This is where we find out they're in cahoots
Jesus
together.
Christ.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that made sense because he was not actively pursuing any of this stuff very seriously, and he was trying to deter
Right.
the deputy.
So
But I liked it. I like
yeah,
that.
and they use the deputy very effective. He's not in that many scenes.
Yeah.
There's only 7 people in the entire cast, and the deputy and the state trooper commander are, used very sparingly and very effective to move the story forward.
That state trooper commander
He's
was
awesome.
so angry at all
Oh,
times.
yeah,
And he was not
because he's
giving
having to do
O'Doyle-
his job.
Yeah,
damn it!
I know.
And the holiday weekend, and I got to send my boys up in there and turn every stone over.
Yeah, he was not giving O'Doyle an inch, which I
No.
thought was kind of interesting.
But that pushes the story forward.
Oh, it totally does. And
Yeah,
it creates
it,
tension.
it creates tension. It makes
Yeah.
him do the things he does. Yeah,
So-
very, very good.
You were really close about my clip.
I'm always so close.
You are,
I
you
need
are.
to nail it one of these times.
What I really liked, so okay, you have Sawyer and Lowell, and she has resigned herself to the fact that she is going to be his captor
Well,
for a
she-
little while.
She knows at this point she needs his help.
Yeah.
She is injured badly, and that moment where she says, he says something like, "You need to eat and drink some water or whatever," and she says, "I need the police in a hospital." I mean, that line was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Here and she says it so strongly to him. He's like, "You need to eat, you need to drink water." She's like, "I need the police in a hospital."
You need to fucking let me go.
That's
now.
what I fucking need.
But she's resigned herself to survive. This is her surviving.
Yeah.
So the scene, and I'm like, is she going to start making meth with him? Because that's what he starts to do as he's breaking up matches.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
teaching her how to make meth.
so close. Yeah,
So,
it was a little after
This
this.
scene I really, really liked.
Okay.
And Lowell is great in this. And so this is Lowell kind of teaching her how to make meth and bonding with Sawyer. Oops, let me try that again. Sorry. Podcasting faux pas. Here we go.
Breakfast is peaches or bologna.
What are you doing?
Hunting matchbooks.
What for?
Cook meth.
I thought meth was made from, like, Bedrin and Drano.
Yeah, matchbooks.
Why are you making meth? Isn't everyone doing heroin now? I read.
Can't cook heroin.
How many of them do you need?
Lots.
And what do you do when you have them all put up?
Mix that shit in.
What's that shit?
Why do you ask so many damn questions?
Never mind. So I might learn something. So, you don't really know what you're doing. You're like one of those European pop bands that sing in English but don't actually know what any of the lyrics mean.
You sure ride high. For a girl who jammed her wet hands in a bucket full of lye yesterday.
I wasn't being condescending, I'm just saying. Well, it's amazing they got you doing all this complex chemistry and you don't even have to understand it.
That ain't condescending.
So that
Well-
exchange delighted the hell out of me.
Yeah. You know, he lives alone, right, in that trailer in the woods by himself, just doing his meth thing. And then here's this super inquisitive college student. You
Yeah.
know, she wants to learn
something.
She wants to learn something. She's bored.
So she is an overachiever,
Oh,
after
yeah.
all.
Absolutely.
If I'm going to learn how to make
Isn't
meth, I'm going to be the best meth maker possible.
Right, but
And
shouldn't we be
matches.
doing heroin? That's
Yeah.
what everybody's doing.
I hate to use the word charming, but that scene
Yeah.
was super charming to me.
Well, and what I picked up from that just now, listening to it, was her accent. Okay, so it's it's Kentucky, so it's not deep South, but you can hear the Southern accent. And when you listen to her talk regular, I mean, she's born and raised in London, still lives in London. She has got the full-on British accent, and to hear her have that subtle Southern, she had a linguist, coach and stuff. I mean, this is a real talent.
yeah. She's great. She's great.
I'm
Watch
Camp
Triple X,
Sawyer.
Return of Xander Cage to see how truly she can.
I must have watched that bikini scene
She can
3
hack.
times.
And she could talk in a regular voice. But so this bonding between Lowell and Sawyer is really compelling. That's
Yeah.
the difference maker in this movie.
It
to me.
makes the whole movie
Is
work.
so
You're absolutely right.
unique.
Yeah.
And again, she is doing this to survive. I do think legitimately she does not like him, but respects the fact that he's in this position and is being
Yeah.
kind to her and is her only way to survive.
Yeah, and the other thing too is we're still wondering why he is not just driving her right the fuck out of there. We do find out. I mean, they do explain it,
Yeah.
but that's like the one thing they're kind of holding back because, granted, he's feeding her, he's helping her.
Yeah.
Why the fuck is he tying her up? Oh, because if she runs away, she's going to be dead.
Yeah.
Because if those two guys find her, she will be dead, and he knows if she goes to the police, she's going to be dead, but she doesn't know that yet.
Yeah. So the sheriff starts to get real sloppy at this point.
Yeah.
Like he gets real sloppy.
Well, because he's pressured from the state commander and the
Yeah,
deputy,
yeah.
right?
I know.
He's being pushed into shit he doesn't want to get out of his chair to do.
But lazy sheriff in a small town. And Deputy Katz overhears this phone conversation between the sheriff and the brothers that completely outs him.
Yep. He was leaving, right, to go home to his wife, and he
Yeah.
forgot something inside the office. And he
Yeah.
went back into the office, and oh boy,
Ah, poor Deputy
he
Katz.
hears the whole thing. Sheriff, whatever you're into, you're gonna
Yep.
have to answer for it.
And he tries to take the sheriff in, and it does not
Yeah.
work out for Deputy Katz.
No. Although he had the drop on him, he had the gun
he did.
on him.
He did.
He did.
But Deputy Katz is killed and then framed for drugs and Sawyer's disappearance.
Yeah,
and
he
that's
uses
kind of
it,
a
he
brilliant.
uses it later on. Yeah, he has the
Yeah.
boys bury him,
Yeah.
but he uses them later on. Yeah, with the disappearance of Sawyer.
And I love one of my favorite conversations between Lowell and Sawyer is when they're by the river and he's talking about the creek washes things away.
Yeah.
And he gives her something, and I can't remember what it is.
Well, it's used in the end of the movie.
Oh, it's that knife.
It's the stabby
and he
thing.
says, "For all the friends you'll have in D.C."
Yeah,
So,
like,
like,
you're gonna get that job.
He
He's encouraging her.
he knows she's going to D.C. Nicest meth maker ever.
And the prettiest teeth.
Ever. Yeah,
So he doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't use.
partake.
He doesn't partake.
He doesn't
exactly.
partake. That's good. You know,
You just want to use the deliverance
Don't get
lines.
high
I'm
on
really
your own
holding
supply.
back. You know, this one's got a purty mouth. You know, you just want to use all the deliverance lines you can.
So at this point, things kind of, it ebbs and flows because you have this intensity. You have her trying to survive, and then you
Yep.
have Lowell and Sawyer, which is really a nice thing in this movie. And the brothers arrive at Lowell's to pick up the meth, and this is when all hell breaks loose,
Things got to blow up.
like in the worst. And meth is a combustible industry. Maybe you don't know. Do you make meth?
Do I?
Do you know this?
Do you not know me? You know.
Well, when you did make meth,
So
was it
meditation and
dangerous?
meth go together. I mean, how does it?
Well, alliteration aside, I guess they do. But it's
This is going sideways.
it's a combustible industry, and the microwave prank
Yeah.
really got me. I thought that was cool.
Yeah. So we're to that part where they find her in the trailer,
Yeah.
and then he comes up with a brilliant on the spot ploy to save her because he had already set this up with the coffee mug and what was in the coffee mug, that the slightest spark
Yeah, the lie.
would make a huge explosion. So he tells her to make the coffee.
Go make the coffee, and it's
She
a cup
pours
full
it,
of
puts it
lie.
in the micro. Oh, poor Buck. Buck's over there going, Lowell, something's wrong with the Lowell, the microwave just ain't right, Lowell.
Oh, this guy.
And then the whole sit on my lap thing.
This guy. I mean, again, Buck, check him out as racist spectator and Tiger, but also check him out in this because it's pretty amazing. And so,
There's so many great actors
Lowell-
out there that just don't get
yeah,
because
yeah,
it's such a
yeah.
large pool and there's so many.
But actors or directors like Quentin Tarantino, I think sometimes find these people, or they give old school character actors.
well,
huge roles.
Travolta's
Yeah, I mean, Resurgence was thanks to him.
Exactly.
So there is that out there, but Lowell is pretty quick to kill his family because Buck, in the explosion from the lie in the microwave, dead.
Yeah.
Lowell shields Sawyer physically, which is another nice moment, I think.
I missed that.
Yeah, he shields her from the explosion.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's
That's
cool.
so good.
It's cool.
How did I miss that?
Yeah, and now she escapes because I think at this point, if you're Sawyer, you're like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna take my chances."
Yeah. Doesn't he tell her to run for whatever that road was that they had discussed
Oh
at
yeah,
the creek?
yeah. So she's given support, and at this point, O'Doyle shows up again, right as everything
To face off with Hollister.
Yeah,
And he is burnt
well,
to shit.
Yeah, he's not in good shape.
He is
either.
in. Yeah. He's
Did you notice that Lowell had burn marks on his
already?
neck?
Yeah. Yeah, that was early on
Yeah,
from
like-
making mess. Well, he states he's made mess since he was 14, and you learn real quick what can burn you. And then, of course,
Oh, I didn't
as
catch
brilliant
that line.
character,
Yeah.
as part of her
Yeah, 'cause
character,
there's a
he's
shot
got a
from
neck
above,
burn.
and you see that
Yeah.
burns on his neck.
So it's just
yeah,
part of his lifestyle.
and the sheriff shows up, and when you get I don't know who the villain is. Everybody's the villain in this movie, I guess. But
Well, certainly, those two are the worst villains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the sheriff and Hollister. Hollister is killed, and he shoots Lowell, which is
Yeah, they have a face
Sad.
off there,
It's
and he
sad to
tells
me.
him to pick up the gun, and he says, "I won't do it," because he knows.
yeah.
And then, that line about he starts giving him forensic stuff. My fingerprints on it, your fingerprints are on this, and then he starts, and he's like,
yeah.
Do you really think I give a fuck about forensics? You're in front of a burning down meth house in the middle
Yeah.
of the woods, and then out comes and then just blam blam gives him 2 in the
And
chest.
so ostensibly, they're trying to rival the Mexican cartel. So do you think that they had a delivery scheduled and
Yes.
there's like hell to pay?
Yeah, the delivery was scheduled. That's in the movie.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah,
I missed
the
that.
two brothers are scheduled to deliver it
So
because
did
that
they
was
say
when he
who
was
it
going
was
to.
being delivered to? Was there like a big wig?
Well,
or
they're somebody that they want to show that they can cook meth every bit as good as the Mexican
okay,
cartels.
So this is just a test.
And then this was his retirement fund, the sheriff's retirement fund.
That's a poor plan. I think
Well,
that's a poor plan.
It
Investing in
would have worked if it wasn't for Sawyer.
those meddling kids. We're about to do a
We're back.
Scooby-Doo
We're
moment.
back. Can I sing it this time? You cut me off last week because I was getting close to the
You were going to
30
say?
seconds. Remember the Scooby Doo eyes and I started going.
Oh, yeah, that's
Where
right.
are you? And then you're like, no, 30 seconds.
Oh,
Can't
yeah,
do it.
yeah, that's right.
Shut it down.
We don't have the budget for that.
We
you
don't.
Guys.
We can't pay them. Are
Now,
you out of
what
your
I
mind?
think is cool, and this happens in the movie Ransom. Do you remember Ransom?
Oh God, I haven't seen that in forever. Where is my son?
But it's the kid who Gary Sinise decides to give up on the plan and return the kid. And the kid hears Gary Sinise's voice and pees himself because he recognizes his voice.
Oh,
being
yeah.
Kidnapped. So this is the same thing. The sheriff picks up Sawyer, but she recognizes his voice from the phone.
Yeah.
It's not as
And
profound as
she
that.
doesn't right away.
No,
But
she
he
does.
keeps questioning her on it. Would you recognize him? Would you be able to tell?
Yeah.
But yeah, you just so badly don't want her not to get into that sheriff's car.
Yeah,
And but she doesn't know.
yeah.
She doesn't know. She thinks she's rescued.
And that's that it's the trust in law enforcement, and you think they're infallible and they can't
Right.
do anything. And in that situation, you take anybody in a uniform and you trust them implicitly.
Oh, absolutely. You should. Unless
in
you're
Appalachia,
in the
Yeah,
backwoods of Kentucky. Fordham County. Which
And so
I think doesn't exist.
the sheriff reveals himself as a villain
Yeah.
and leads her down to Rust Creek.
And says he stops the car. This got me. So when she realizes, he pulls the car over and says, "We're walking from here." They're in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
He's not taking her for help. He's not doing, he says, "We're walking from here." And so she knows, he knows. And it's
a
like
goddamn death march.
Exactly.
And so Rust Creek, why is it called Rust Creek? Did you catch that?
Yeah.
Do you know
He
what
tells
that's
her.
about?
Yeah, he said that and he says it in this upcoming scene before he tries to kill her, is that the red clay up
Clay
in the
deposits.
hills, would come down. He said, but that ended when he was a kid,
Yeah.
and it hasn't been read since, but the name stuck.
So that's always kind of interesting.
Yeah,
And
so
again,
that creek used to be a rust color.
the look of this movie is just really kind of dull and real. And
It's winter in Kentucky. Yeah,
it
it's
feels
overcast.
the way
There's
it
no
is.
leaves on
just
the
like
tree.
you mentioned, The Revenant. You watch that movie and you're like, I'm fucking cold.
Yeah,
Like I have to put on 3 sweaters while I'm
Yeah.
watching the goddamn Revenant.
yeah. The
Leonardo
only thing that
DiCaprio is so good
takes
in
you
that.
out of that is that there wasn't snow, but the temperature was between 5 and 15 degrees
Oh, it
almost
looked
all
like
those
snow.
days, which is fucking painful cold.
Yeah. And so the sheriff, in an interesting move. So would you do this as the sheriff? I guess you can shoot this person, but you still have paperwork to deal with unless you're
No,
because you just
He-
killed the
he
people
either-
who bury your bodies.
he either makes the body disappear or ties it back to Deputy Katz.
So
like
he's
he
already
finds
set
the
that up.
body.
Oh, I found her drowned.
Yeah.
So he tries to drown her.
I mean, the one thing he can't do is shoot her with his weapon
Yeah.
because of forensics. So he's just simply going to drown her. They find the body. It's pinned on Deputy Katz. They never
He's
find
like,
him.
Goddamn cats.
Yeah.
The Thanksgiving holiday stressed him out, and he abducted and murdered a college kid.
Yeah, when you instead of
Cats.
going home to his
Yeah.
new wife.
He
yeah.
couldn't take it. The turkey was burnt. The goddamn
That bitch
stuffing
couldn't
wasn't
cook
right.
Pumpkin pie.
And with the the little knife that she's given by Lowell, she turns the tables on the sheriff.
Yeah, he's in the process of drowning her, and I can't get over this. When I found out the temperature on those days that they were filming, and so the one thing I don't know is if they actually filmed, when they film when he's holding her face underwater and you got the POV from under her
That's
and her face.
probably a studio.
I
or
hope
something.
that was a swimming pool, but they kept saying what a trooper she was, and she would do, whatever it took. She's very physical and very
Yeah.
tomboy.
I bet that was a studio. That was something else.
I don't know the budget, though.
I mean,
man.
you can't do that in a real river.
If the creek is just 3 feet deep, they can put the camera underneath.
No, they wouldn't do that.
I'm gonna,
That's a studio.
we have all right, people. You're on a mission. We need to find this out. Who's right? Was it in a pool indoors,
Had to be.
or was it in that creek?
Had to be. Because when they do reshoots and all that kind of stuff, they do pickup shots and they make
Well,
it as
in
easy as
Xander,
possible.
in Xander Cage, and in all your big budget
Well,
foo-foo movies.
That's real. That's all
it's
real.
fighting words, aren't they?
And what I really liked is when she gets away from the last shot of this movie is really, I think, kind of, I don't want to say iconic,
Yeah.
but pretty
Yeah,
impactful.
yeah. I think we'll leave it like that. I mean, it's an intense fight scene that we'll just leave alone and let you enjoy. And then
Nice.
she ends up walking down the road with
That's
all
that.
these sirens going off behind her,
Yeah, I think it's
and
just
she
kinda cool.
just keeps walking.
Yeah. The look on her face is just
Like-
like same shit. I
I-
think she's been through this before.
I am not accepting help from anybody.
I think that is the
Yeah.
underlying thing. She's
That's
like,
like-
this happened again before
that's like-
in high school.
The look of determination.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I'm not stopping again for the police.
So, one added note that I think I really like, and we talked about this before, but in accordance with Lunacy Productions' mandate to support female filmmakers, most of the key roles on the movie are filled by women, including director of photography, production designer, consultant, colorist, and sound mixers. And the production was awarded a Women in Film LA Finishing Fund grant, and it was filmed in and around Louisville, Kentucky. So, again, very real. But it got a grant, and
Nice.
Lunacy Productions had a mandate to support female filmmakers, which, needs to happen more.
Oh yeah.
And,
And this is proof right there. This movie's brilliant.
you could look at this from the outside and say, oh, another dude made this, a girl getting abused. But it was,
No, this
A
is
strong
this is
female
empowerment. Absolutely.
and rednecky meth people. Well,
And who wins?
well, we'll see. Like, does she get the job? Do you think she gets the job?
Oh
Does
yeah.
she make it to the interview? Because she's clearly going to be late. She's
Oh,
clearly
no.
been-
She missed the interview.
Wait, yes, she's been making meth, so she probably could go to jail. Actually, now that you think about it,
No. Did she?
like, what did you do during your time in captivity? Well, I
so
helped
you
this
got to
guy
have
make
the
meth.
whole trial, like the Patty Hearst thing.
Yeah,
Was it the whatever syndrome? What do you call it?
Stockholm.
Thank you. Yeah. Was it Stockholm syndrome or was
Yeah.
it? But she doesn't really make meth.
I think she helps quite a bit.
Yeah.
This is the second.
All right,
movie.
let us know what you think. At
All right.
this is the marketing part, right? A little
a
independent.
little independent at gmail.com.
Thank you. So, because I'm so
You're
good
welcome.
at marketing
You're
and
welcome.
high tech stuff.
Yeah, email us. Talk to us about meth. Talk to us about your experiences with meth.
and
We're interested because we've been.
Wait, what?
It's a few years
Wait,
since
wait.
Breaking Bad. So as always, we end with reviews.
I am going to have a serious problem with negative reviews on
now.
this.
I had trouble with the reviews on this because there were some real bullshitty misogynistic reviews, and I chose the worst one. So
man.
I'm going to read this. Now, listeners, anybody, universe, we don't support any of this, but this is what's out there. And
And
maybe if you know somebody who thinks like this, you
Yeah.
can talk to them and tell them to not be like this.
Well, and I'm part of the audience right now. I am hearing this for the first time.
All right.
So and this is my pick. So Brian always gets me with the negative reviews, and
Well,
it's my blood boiling.
It's not that bad, but Jesus. So this is an IMDb review, 1 out of 10, titled "Movie Had Potential Till the Stupidity and Far from Reality." So that's that. Do you want me to read that again?
No, because I just spent the last hour and a half talking about the realism of the film and how impressive it was.
Okay. So and far
So I'm
from reality.
already you're already ringing the boxing ring bell. It's ding ding.
All right. You know that I didn't write this, right?
But you're reading it.
I'm reading it.
Yeah.
Should I read it in a voice? Would that make it better?
Should I get like a SpongeBob SquarePants? Movie
Guys,
had potential till
no,
the stupidity
do
and
it-
far from reality.
Do it as walking.
I can't.
Oh, that would be brilliant.
I can't. I'm not that good.
All
at
right.
it. All right. Here's
Keep
the
going.
review. Now I'm officially nervous.
I'm already pissed because. All right, go.
Had a good premise, but God, didn't realize how naive young women can be. Stay in car and turn around to a legit route. Don't just play dumb and naive, and most of far from reality. You're telling me a woman soaking wet, 100 pounds, was able to fight off 2 grown-ass men? Get the fuck out. Another movie trying to make it seem like women are as strong and smarter than men? Get the fuck out.
All right. First of all, clown
crazy
face,
person.
she wasn't soaking wet when she fought them. So he didn't watch the movie.
You're the only one who responds to these reviews.
Well, I got to defend my tariff, man. This is
No, you don't.
ridiculous.
I another movie trying to make it seem like women are as strong and smarter than men. That's the person who has a problem.
Right.
A
Enough said.
significant
Enough
problem.
said. We can just.
Yeah.
He-
All right. So all right. All right. Okay. We're gonna end on a 10 out of 10 review.
The light is green. I just had to do that.
Trap is clean.
Happy Texas
Yes.
before he goes into
Yeah.
battle. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep. Steve's on his battle cry. 10 out of 10 review. Couldn't look away. This movie seems to know I love survival stories, and I'm terrified of rednecks, which is really unfair. The actors is great, especially the lead actress. The plotting is sharp, and it's not overdone. I appreciate how much of the drama hinges on small, realistic things like wet socks or an infected wound. Would recommend to anyone who likes survival thrillers.
That's my guy or gal, whoever wrote that.
I'm not going to say, but she loves this. He or she loves survival stories and are terrified of rednecks, and feels it's really unfair because,
Well, when you see Buck,
seems
you're,
to
you're
know-
afraid.
well, I
Now
feel
what?
bad. I feel bad
That you fell asleep.
No. It was just the day. That's just
I know.
I'm just
I
that's
know. We
physiology.
covered this, I think, in last episode about
But-
your work.
But I'm going to tell you that I don't mean to make fun. It's funny that you have this theme of these not fun, but like really great movies in the woods, and it's a theme. And this one really came out of left field, and it really surprised me. And the thing that got me was the Lowell Sawyer
yeah,
bit.
it takes the show away. And people were asking them, how did they get that chemistry? And then that was in one of the interviews. Did
Yeah,
they
there
hang
was
out
tons of
together?
chemistry.
Did they do? Yeah, and it wasn't. They just. I think they just
They
gelled.
acted their asses off.
They're just really good.
It was so surprising because again, I thought it was going to be one thing. It would have been fine if it was one thing,
Yeah.
but the sheriff betrayal, kind of telegraphed a little bit. I kind of saw that coming, but that part of it and their dialogue was really great, and that's why I picked the clip that I
Yeah.
picked because, yeah, this is how you make meth and matches. And he's-
Why you got to ask so many questions?
Yeah, it's a really well done movie. I think in general, written and directed and produced by a lot of strong female presences in Hollywood and a great lead actress.
Yeah, well, you already have. I mean, she's in a lot of big stuff now, but she's destined for great things for sure. She's a talent.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for choosing this It was fun to go back into the woods.
I
to
had
be
to. I did
honest.
3 comedies in a row.
I know.
So we had to go back in the woods.
It was fun to go back into the woods, man. Well, Todd, I guess.
This is it. It's so quick today. It just felt.
No, I
This
think
one
we-
flowed,
I think
man.
we
As the
did
engineer points at the clock and says, "No, it ain't.
Well,
It's time to cut it down, boys.
yeah.
you're
You
going
guys,
over.
You guys think you're clever. It's not
Yeah.
clever. Nobody's going to listen to this,
Nobody's
man.
going to be funny for that long."
Well, Todd,
Yes, Ryan.
we'll always have
Monty Doro.
Who are those guys?
Who are those guys? You'll love it. It's just a little
Love it. It's just as
Like-
independent. You know what I mean? You're about to say
You'll love it. It's just a little independent. You're gonna love it. It's just a little independent. Okay. We're tense.
Yeah, we're 2 or
Yeah.
2. We're like you know, love it. It's just as little independent. Like it's just
Like
a
I'm
little
introducing a
independent.
movie to you.
Like you're about to.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
It's just as little independent.